Hey, it's 5525, or Thomas, or whatever you want to call me. And I'm going to be looking at some older games and sort of reviewing them and just sort of, are they still worth it? And this week I'm going to be reviewing Universe at War. So, Universe at War is a 2007 game, so 4 years old, and it's made by Petroglyph Studios. Well, it's an RTS, and it's got 3 different races. That's really all you need to know as an introduction, I guess. Graphics-wise, the game looks a little dated, like you can see that it is a 4-year-old game, but given that it's an RTS, the graphics aren't the most important thing, and it is zoomed out quite a bit, which means that obviously, the individual detail of somebody's face isn't quite as important. Some of the animations are a bit sort of crappy, but overall, just in terms of the graphics themselves, it looks okay. It's obviously old, but it's something that still realistic enough. Okay, so that's just graphics themselves. Now, in terms of aesthetics, it's done quite well. Each of the 3 races has a very sort of distinct, clear look. You've got the red-legged hierarchy race, you've got the sort of metallic, chrome-covered Novus race, and then there's the sort of Egyptian-looking Masari race, and all of that works quite well. The aesthetic, you can clearly see sort of, this is which team it is, things like that, and that's quite good. Another interesting feature, which I'd lump in with graphics, is the game has an option called the Battle Cam. It allows you to watch the action that's taking place, and it makes it so it's like a movie, like it'll have sort of sweeping shots, close-ups, that sort of thing, which is nice. It's not really it doesn't really do anything, really, but it's just sort of a nice touch, and it looks good. So that's graphics. Onto the plot. The plot is, to be honest, it's very generic. It's basically, the aliens invade, oh no, and then some more aliens come to save us, hooray, humans are saved. But first of all, it's an RTS, so the plot isn't a huge carrying point, so in that respect, it's okay. Also, while the plot is generic, it works. I mean, it does what it does well. It's not anything innovative, but like I said, it works. And the last thing is that the game feels a bit like tribute to just the sort of sci-fi genre in general, and so I think by keeping that same sort of generic plot, it works well with that tribute idea that it's carrying through. So I think it works. The characters are also, very sort of bland. I mean, there's nothing memorable about them, but again, it's not a yes. The characters aren't the most important thing. But just keep in mind, if you're buying this game, the plot is nothing to write home about, and it's definitely not a selling point for this game. Okay, so, now gameplay. The game only has 3 races, which is less than quite a few other RDSs, but each race is varied. None of the races feel similar, and there's no unit in the game which sort of go, oh, this is exactly the same as that other unit. Every unit feels different, which is quite good. Balance-wise, the game is also quite good. I mean, when you start out, the hierarchy are definitely the easiest to play. You basically just steamroll everything. But as you play, you learn to use sort of the hidden run taxes of the Novus, or the swapping between light and dark of the Masari. I think that as you play more and more, you learn that it is quite balanced once you sort of know how to use everything. The single player has quite a bit of replayability, being an RDS. There's skirmishes and scenarios which allow you to play against bots, which means that, you can actually get quite a lot of gameplay out of the game, because you can just play against bots, which is good, because, the multiplayer is basically dead, which is unfortunate, but as it's not a game, it happens. So, just be aware, buying this game, well, you shouldn't buy it for the multiplayer. Overall, I'd give this game a 7.5 out of 10. It's not an amazing game, but it's still fairly good. I've seen it at EB Games now for about 20, that's the Xbox version, and I'd imagine that on eBay you could find it a lot cheaper. But in my opinion, 20 for this game is a fair price. If you like RDSs, you get a fair amount of play out of it. If you have $20 to spare, I reckon this game's worth that 20. I'm 5525, or Thomas, whatever, and thanks for watching. See you next time.